We got married on May 22nd, 2010. So, and we waited for 15 years, 6 months, and 5 days before the Lord blessed us with these wonderful kids. It's been a long journey. When we got married, we actually planned to actually stay for a year and to enjoy ourselves, to get to know ourselves. But we never knew that the journey was going to be a very long one. And then after that 1 year, they kept asking, what is happening, what is happening? It was my mom that first was worried. And it happened that when I was 14 years old, I was in SS2. I had a ruptured appendix. So it was ruptured. I was almost at the point of death. For over 3 months, a whole term, I was not in school in my SS2. I missed midterm. I missed 2 terms in school. So she was one that, it was when I now got married. So I said, I hope it's not that surgery that he did that caused this delay. I was like, I just waived it. I said, mommy, what is it now? I dismissed her. And then we kept them. But when we now got to, we had to be visiting doctors. We were going, and then it happened that they said, okay, it was as a result of that, because it was a major surgery. It was a laparotomy. After I was discharged, the surgery site opened again when I was discharged. So they had to take me back to the hospital to restitch. So maybe in the process of restitching, the doctor was like, you this girl, I don't want you to be going back and going, and they just sealed up everything. So when we now got to, when we started medical investigation, then I said, a tube is patent, one tube is not patent because of the healing process of the surgery, adhesions and all that. So we kept praying, and after we prayed, we kept trying. We kept from one hospital to the other. We tried a whole lot of things. And in the process, we met our daddy in the Lord. It got to a stage that I almost gave up. Of course, when, faith mothers, they'll tell you to buy things, as in you keep on buying things. It got to a stage, I started giving out those things I bought. I was like, so the Holy Spirit had to tell me that, have you given up on me? Why are you giving out those things? Because if I see anybody that give back around me, I shop for them, I buy things for them, I sow into them. But at the stage, those things I bought for myself, I was giving it out to mothers around me. So the Holy Spirit told me that I should not do that. So I started again shopping. And at the same time, when I shop for mothers, I shop more. I shop more for myself. But as the Lord will have it, the last I become, of course, before I got married, I used to come here. And, of course, I got in contact with Daddy in the Lord through my husband. And my last visit here, we were at the minister's stand. We sat there. And after the program, we had to follow the ministers to pray at the back. And as we are going in to pray, Daddy said, let's go through. He said, follow me to my office. As we are going to his office, he said, let's branch Mommy's office. So we branched Mommy's office, and he told Mommy that pray for my children. They are trusting God for the fruit of the womb. And as Mommy was praying, at the end of the prayer, 2 of their sons entered. So Daddy said, these are my sons. And he said, get me bottled water. And they searched Mommy's room and the office, and they saw just 1 bottle of water. Daddy insisted, said, I need 2 bottles of water. So they went to go and look for that 2 bottles of water. He prayed on that 2 bottles of water, and he said, take your 2 sons. And these are the 2 sons. After 15 years of waiting, these are the 2 sons that the Lord has given to the house of Pastor and Pastor Mrs. Stephen Ashojo.